Ladies and gentlemen, PWA President Chris Cruit coming to you today with some information about our December 4th Fairgrounds event. First of all, the Championship Committee and myself have determined that the Tag Team Championship will be on the line as Casino Heat, that's Jordan Carlyle and Jimmy Fahrenheit, along with their manager, A.I.R, will take on the duo of Rowdy Randy Forrest and the Outlaw Tony James. Now, this will not only be for the tag team titles, but it will be contested under 2 out of 3 falls rules. That means the first team to score 2 falls will win the match and the championship. Also, we are going to have a PWA Heavyweight Championship match as the real deal Kevin Cruit will take on the newly named number 1 contender, the Nordic Nightmare Bjorn. Speaking of number 1 contenders, today, at the end of this episode in our main event, we are going to have a battle royal to determine a new number 1 contender for the United States Championship, and the winner will take on JTH at the Fairfield County Fairgrounds on Saturday night, December the 4th.
Mr. President!
Saturday night, December the 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, JTH, an unexpected surprise here. What do we owe this privilege?
I got a question for you.
Go right on ahead.
Can anybody enter that number 1 contender battle royal?
Absolutely. This is an open invitation battle royal, open to anyone in the PWA locker room.
Okay. I got a guy.
Well, apparently JTH has got a guy, but we've got a number of combatants that will be in this battle royal. Let's get PWA Rush underway.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to PWA Rush. Aaron Hurt alongside franchise player Chris Cruit, whom he had some very big announcements at the start of the program, some major headlines relating to our event at the Fairgrounds coming up in just a short while. I'm sure we'll talk more about all of those things as the program gets going on here, but franchise player, we're starting off with a big match. Southern Knight Bryan Blade and the Irish Hitman Lafferty, 2 men I noticed you didn't mention in your statement to begin the broadcast. What are your thoughts about this match as we start things off?
Well, I will first thing, let me say I'd like to thank you for having me once again here. Glad all the fans joined us here tonight. Lafferty will absolutely be a part of that big December 4th event at the Fairfield County Fairgrounds. And Bryan Blade, I know he's been beating down my door looking for some opportunities, and this is a great chance for him to prove himself against the Irish Hitman Lafferty. But Lafferty is on quite a roll. 2 weeks ago, he returned, taking on Cody King, and then last week he was here, narrowly missed capturing the United States Championship.
Well, if it wasn't for JTH taking a rather conveniently timed stroll, then yes, that may well have been the result, but he doesn't have...
Speaking of a stroll, I think Bryan Blade's out of here. That might be the wisest decision he's made all night. You know, these 2 men a few years ago had a matchup at the Fairgrounds, and
blocks the right hand.
Lafferty actually sent Bryan Blade packing and retired him.
No, that is something that kicked off a very dramatic series of events during the year 2019. Certainly something that fans can go back and visit on YouTube. But Lafferty with the cover here, only a 1 count though. Lafferty doesn't have any different a challenge, I would say, than last week with Bryan Blade as compared to JTH, both big, strong men who are going to bring the fight straight to you, and that's exactly the way Lafferty likes it.
Well, now Bryan Blade is coming off a big win against the Rocket Josh Benson, so both of these guys, a little bit of a roll going. You know, Bryan's just starting to try to get gain some momentum, and Lafferty is back, and he has got the momentum in his favor. It's going to be a tough day at the office for Bryan Blade.
Well, he's certainly starting off this contest strongly. He has been putting the boots to Blade and drops down across the neck there, rendering him immobile.
Blade's just laying there like a
I don't know, perhaps just thinking if he plays dead, then Lafferty might leave him alone.
I was going to say like a fish out of water, and he just, Bryan Blade is pushing that 290, 300-pound mark, and Lafferty got him up and over like he was nothing.
No, snapped him over with the suplex, crawls over, makes the cover, but did not have the lateral press on the shoulders.
Referee Brandon Bones getting down there close to check it out.
I don't think Lafferty's all that disappointed, though, because he still looks like he's ready to dish out some punishment to Bryan Blade.
I can't say it enough. I've known Lafferty for quite a few years, and he's just one of those guys. He's a scary guy because he's tough, and he loves to fight. I've known guys who are tough that maybe don't necessarily enjoy a fight. Lafferty loves one.
Well, he doesn't care what anybody thinks about him. Other wrestlers, members of the PWA office, the fans, he's out there to do what he feels like he needs to do, and right now he just laid in a heavy knife-edge chop on Bryan Blade as Blade rolls back into the ring.
Bryan Blade, the living legend of the PWA. He pays me $5 every time I say that. Really trying to get back on top of this matchup here against Lafferty.
Wilt was able to take advantage of that brief opening as Lafferty tried to re-enter the ring. Blade, the savvy veteran, as you said, the 25-plus years he's spent in the business has given him plenty of time to learn all of the tricks of the trade. Lafferty's no neophyte. Let's not create that impression either. But
yeah, when it comes to Lafferty, the term neophyte, that's one that I've never really stuck with him. That Lafferty, he really isn't a neophyte, and that's one of the things I've always enjoyed about Lafferty, not being a neophyte.
Dictionaries can be your friend, but right now there's nothing friendly about those shots to the body and that big right hand down across the forehead. That was measured.
The camera really takes you into the action in this situation. Bryan is just stomping a hole in Lafferty, and Lafferty's got to get out of that corner. Blade's putting all of his weight on him, and it's working out in his favor.
What started out as a match that was going Lafferty's way has swiftly reversed and is now all about Bryan Blade, who is continuing to just methodically stomp and pound away on the Irish Hitman.
Now, let's not forget, both of these men are in the Battle Royal that's going to take place in the main event here today. The #1 contendership for the United States Championship on the line, and one of these two men could come out the winner.
And the fact that they are putting each other through such punishment. Oh, look at that. Lafferty tried everything he could to avoid taking that belly-to-back suplex, but nothing he could do once Blade got him up.
Oh, 2 count. Lafferty just barely got that shoulder up.
5 minutes elapsed in the time limit. 5 minutes elapsed. I think many of our fans were almost as shocked as Bryan Blade to see Lafferty kick out of that pinning attempt there.
Well, to say that it would be an upset to see Bryan Blade defeat a man such as Lafferty really isn't even an insult to Bryan Blade. With all of his years in the business, Lafferty is just one of the young studs in the Premier Wrestling Alliance, and he's one of the guys that, it's a tough day to get a victory out of Lafferty.
Well, Blade has kept Lafferty down for an extended period of time, but that time has come to an end as the big Irishman fires up and dishes out a series of rapid-fire right hands, follows in with the lariat and the bulldog. If he can make the cover here, he might have just put an end to this match. Oh!
I was just going to say, it looks like Bryan Blade doesn't know where he's at, but he does, has the wherewithal to grab that bottom rope and avoid the 3 count, and Lafferty's got to get back on him.
Lunged at the last second, trying to get his shoulder up, trying to grab the rope, do anything he can to avoid being pinned.
Well, that's the sign of a true veteran, knowing where you are in the ring at all times, even when it looks as if you don't.
Well, and let's talk about the fact that these two men are still battling it out. When someone like Bryan Blade, we would not be surprised to see him take a walk and save his energy for the Battle Royal later, but they are taking this match deadly seriously. Oh, my. Certainly serious.
What's he? Is he going into his? Oh no! Come on!
We saw this happen last time. We saw him do this to the Rocket.
Bryan went into his boot. I'm pretty for sure he's got something on that right hand.
Some kind of a chain or something. Referee doesn't have a clear vision of it. Well, maybe he does.
Oh, he absolutely did. He caught it. Referee Brandon Bones saw what Bryan Blade had, took it from him. Now we're back to an even playing field.
Well done by our...
He just went back into his boot.
Oh!
He just clocked him.
Lafferty's out.
He just crossed his eyes. Bryan Blade went back into his boot.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Southern Night, Bryan Blade. Well, as referee Brandon Bones was discarding the first foreign object that he confiscated from Bryan Blade, the Southern Knight, the living legend, self-proclaimed that is, took the opportunity to fish out another foreign object from wherever he had it stashed. And yes, as you said, he put that right between the eyes of Lafferty.
This is quite the upset, I don't mind saying. And I know Bryan Blade's enjoying his victory celebration here, but if I were him, I'd get out of there and I would head to higher ground, because when that Irishman comes up, he's going to be mad.
No, I can only imagine how Lafferty will feel when he realizes what happened. Fans, we're going to go to some comments from Rowdy Randy Forrest and Outlaw Tony James regarding the announcements we heard at the top of the show.
I can't believe it, Randy. Not only did we finally get our shot at the tag team titles, 2 out of 3, you got to love that. Anytime I can get in the ring more than once, it's an awesome night. You could be walking in heavyweight champion. I want you to think about that right now. Look at the glow around you. It's not even Christmas time yet. Look at the glow around the big man. I think he can bring the title home. And coming up, I'm going to get my hands on Jimmy Fahrenheit, one half a casino cheat. I'm going to split him in half. I'm going to divide and conquer. I'm going to put him on the other side of the bridge, and then I'm going to blow him up. I'm telling you better stay tuned. It's coming at you hard and fast. Don't you think so, big man?
Of course I think so. Kevin, be ready, because I'm coming for my heavyweight championship. Jimmy, good luck. You're going to need it.
The man knows.
There you heard it, fans. Next week, some big action lined up. A preview of the Fairgrounds matchup, Tony James against Jimmy Fahrenheit.
And in our main event, you'll see Rowdy Randy Forrest challenge for the PWA Championship against Real Deal Kevin Cruit. But that's next week. We got a lot more coming up on Rush. Franchise player Chris Cruit here for the PWA School of Professional Wrestling. Do you want to be a wrestler, a manager, a ring announcer, a commentator, a referee? The PWA School of Professional Wrestling is your opportunity. 737 Slocum Avenue in Lancaster, Ohio. Tryouts are absolutely free from 7 to 9 on Tuesday. Come on down, try it out. See if you got what it takes to be the next big star. Jordan Carlyle on his way to the ring with his manager, A.I.R. Welcome back to PWA Rush. I am the franchise player, Chris Cruit, Aaron Hurt in the ring. This is one of our featured contests on this week's episode. One half of the tag team champions, Jordan Carlyle. His tag team championship partner, Jimmy Fahrenheit, has been barred from ringside for this encounter.
And fans, here to introduce his opponent, please welcome once again the Outlaw Tony James.
Outlaw Tony James has been issued a one-night-only manager's license to kind of even out the playing field, because God knows that A.I.R. is not above sticking his nose into his men's business. So Tony James is out here just to keep things nice and fair like. Tony James with his partner, Rowdy Randy Forrest, coming up Saturday night, December the 4th, will get their crack at the PWA Tag Team Championship. 2 out of 3 falls.
Tony, before we proceed with bringing out his opponent, do you have any words you'd like to share with our great fans?
Oh, I have a couple. At least two. Hey, my man TK, I want you to know something. We all know that he's just started. This is his big rematch with this guy from Vegas in that nice shirt he's got with all the throw up on it and stuff. So we took TK back to his roots, Santa Monica. We went out on the beach and we dug a big hole and we spent the night for weeks. We lived in a tent. We went to the skate parks. We did everything we had to do. We lifted weights out on Venice Beach and Muscle Beach and we were pumping iron. The boys ready to eat iron and crap thunder, let me tell you. And we decided, since this man's so colorful from Vegas, TK went back to his roots. I think you're going to enjoy what he looks like when he comes out. So ladies and gentlemen, the man that's going to teach this boy a lesson, from Santa Monica, California, my man, your friend, TK!
You couldn't get a better endearing introduction than from the Outlaw Tony James, and there he is, TK on his way to the ring. This man, just a few short weeks ago, a referee in the Premier Wrestling Alliance, training to become a professional wrestler, challenged by one half of the Tag Team Champions, and now here he is, making his debut. This man is about to come one-on-one with one half of the Tag Team Champions. Aaron, he looks excited. I'm excited. I think the fans are ready to see this go down.
Well, he's had his hands on Jordan Carlyle before, albeit under much different circumstances, but now that he has become an official member of the PWA active roster,
and fallen under the tutelage of not only Rowdy Randy Forrest, but also this man right here, the Outlaw Tony James.
Well, the point I was about to make is the fact that as a referee, his ability to interact with the wrestler, shall we say, was limited quite a bit, but not in this case. He can pretty much do whatever the heck he wants, and I'm sure, as you said, Tony James has given him a few ideas on just what to do to one Jordan Carlyle. Tony James commented on his fashion sense. It always looks like he got lost on the way to the Jimmy Buffett concert.
You better believe it. Don't ask me. I'm telling.
And the way that A.I.R. behaves, he'll be lucky to make it to the age of 30. Because somebody like Tony James won't hesitate to shove that cowbell sideways somewhere.
Listen, that kid's like 19 or 20. He's not going to make it to 21 or 22.
Lock up here.
The bell is rung. It's official. Welcome TK to the Premier Wrestling Alliance.
Showing off his power from the get-go. Gives a clean break, but does not receive the same sportsmanship.
Jordan Carlyle pushed him, and TK went back in and said, "Don't you mess with me, boy. I'm gonna give you all I got."
Now TK has to make sure that he keeps his head on straight in this match, because Jordan Carlyle, even though he is outweighed by at least 30, 40 pounds, I would say, he is as dangerous as they come. Oh, big Beal. Carlyle feeling the effects of that one.
A.I.R. looks lost on the outside of the ring, not able to interfere.
We heard some of the advanced scouting reports about Tony James' training endeavors with TK. Oh, look at this. Impressive. Perhaps Jordan Carlyle's been training with Jimmy Fahrenheit a little bit, too.
Oh, he absolutely has. They've been training in the ring, out of the ring. And Jordan Carlyle, that shirt doesn't allow it to be shown, but he is a strong individual.
Well, you saw TK power out of that. Got the shoulder up. But he's finding out what it's like to be in the ring in a match here in the PWA. But
TK out of the way. He's got Jordan from behind.
Where's he going to take him from here? He's got him. Oh, spins him around.
Got him in a big bear hug.
Well, nowhere for Carlyle to go here. Takes.
Oh, he bit him right in the forehead, right in the eye and forehead area.
Did about the only thing he could, quite honestly. That could have been the end of the match right there. A basic hold like that. Oh, but a huge clothesline takes the big TK off of his feet.
Big clothesline. TK's down. Jordan Carlyle is starting to dial in his own game plan here.
No, we're starting to see a little bit of the inexperience start to show through here on TK's part. We're not counting him out yet. Certainly the fans aren't, but another big Beal.
Absolutely. When these guys, when they get started in the professional wrestling business, the biggest thing that they have to overcome is just lack of experience. And, you can teach them how, when, where, and why, but they've got to go out there and experience it for themselves to figure it out. And TK, this is his beginning of his journey.
Well, I'm sure it's quite beneficial for him to have Tony James on the outside there to shout encouragement, give instructions, advice, and strategy. But as you said, all the advice in the world, it can only go so far no matter how good it is. And that was shades of the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy there with the drop down, stretching out the hamstrings on TK, and now firing off so that gloved hand.
Got him up against the rope, big Irish whip.
Oh, reversal. The big man put the brakes on. Oh, turned his shoulder into it.
Shoulder block, nobody goes anywhere. Big clothesline, and Jordan Carlyle goes down.
No, Carlyle looked like he ran into a wall of solid mass at first and then got leveled by it, and now having it hurled across the ring at him, splashing him in the corner, hooks the leg, referee down to make the count.
That's a good sign, seeing him hook the leg like that. TK, taking his training seriously and looking to try to get a victory here, be 1-0.
Well, I don't think there would be any debate about whether or not it would qualify as an upset if TK pulls it out here. Goes back to that bear hug.
He's got the arms right around the lower back. Air 4 is up on the apron. Referee's got to get him down.
Oh, could be making a mistake here.
TK going after Air 4. Carlisle's got the tag team belt. No, come on.
Bit of a roll reversal there for
James
TK.
In the ring.
Oh!
Big Lariato. Pulls him over on top.
What do we have here?
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, TK!
TK, your winner of the match. Aaron Hurt headed out of the booth, scheduled for an interview with the Irish Hitman Lafferty. I'm not for sure how that's going to go. Hitman Lafferty may not even be in the building, maybe seeking medical attention somewhere. Jordan Carlyle, he's not in the ring. He's going to need medical attention. And TK, he is your winner, 1-0. We want to welcome TK to the Premier Wrestling Alliance, and congratulations on a great start. Jordan Carlyle, Jimmy Fahrenheit, not too happy about this. Fans, we're going to take it away to Aaron Hurt.
Well, fans, believe it or not, the Irish Hitman has joined me for his scheduled interview time. Quite honestly, I expected that he would be chasing after Bryan Blade somewhere based on the way we saw that match that you two men just had conclude. He's somewhere around here still bragging about getting the victory over you. What do you have to say to him?
A victory. Is that what you call that? I call that a bold move. That's what I call it. You want to fight Bryan Blade? You want to fight with the Irish Hitman? That's fine. I'll give you a fight. If I see you tonight in that battle royal, I promise, Blade, I will end you.
Well, it couldn't be more plain than that. The Irish Hitman, Lafferty, entered in the Battle Royal to decide the next #1 contender for the U.S. Championship, and he's coming for a lot more than that.
Franchise player Chris Cruit here for the PWA School of Professional Wrestling. Do you want to be a wrestler, a manager, a ring announcer, a commentator, a referee? The PWA School of Professional Wrestling is your opportunity. 737 Slocum Avenue in Lancaster, Ohio. Tryouts are absolutely free from 7 to 9 on Tuesday. Come on down, try it out. See if you got what it takes to be the next big star. It's Battle Royal time. Take it away, Aaron Hurt, with the introductions.
Fans, this is an over-the-top rope battle royal to determine the #1 contender for the PWA United States Championship. Your competitors first, the Rocket, Josh Benson. Mathew Cruit. TK. Shotmaker Cody King. Big Joe Black.
The ring's starting to fill up with humanity here.
Casino Heat.
Tag Team Champions looking to add to their gold.
The Nordic Nightmare Bjorn. Outlaw Tony James. Irish Hitman Lafferty.
Last but not least, the Irish Hitman Lafferty looking to get another crack at the United States Championship.
Well, Bryan Blade quite conspicuous by his absence here, and then surprisingly enough, we see Mathew Cruit entered into this.
What is JT doing? What is he doing? I'll be back.
Not quite sure what to make of this. Franchise player, you heard on his way to sort it out.
When you asked me if anybody was available to be in this battle royal, you don't qualify.
You said anybody. So I'm entering in this battle royal because really, I'm the only #1 contender for this title. In fact, all these idiots, they can't even come close to my greatness. Look at all these idiots here. None of these people deserve a title shot because I am the best, and these are just a bunch of jobbers. That's all they are.
You know, upon further review, I think it's a great idea you're in this battle royal. Ring the bell.
JTH better be careful what he wishes for as Mathew perches on the turnbuckle to take in all the action. The competitors en masse taking umbrage with the disdain they were regarded by the U.S. champion. I believe franchise player will be joining me here momentarily. Mathew in there picking his shots. I can't imagine that he entered into this battle royal willingly. If so, he might even be dumber than he looks.
You know what, Aaron? I was going to put an end to that until I thought it was a great idea. So, yeah, JTH is in the battle royal. And is he already on the floor?
We are still trying to get an appraisal of the goings-on in here as it turned into quite the fracas as soon as
that was real terrible what happened to JTH right there with everybody jumping on him after he ran his mouth.
Oh, yes.
Mathew is squaring off with Bjorn and Lafferty, but now he's taking a run. Not a wise decision.
No, this most certainly does not bode well for the young Cruit. That chest of his is going to turn several shades of red by the end of this match. It might be wise for him to just dive over the top while he still can.
Tony James thumb to the eye on JTH. We've got action all over the ring. We've got Jimmy Fahrenheit in this. Mathew Cruit Bjorn, Josh the Rocket Benson. We've got TK, 1-0. Now JTH, Tony James, Jordan Carlyle. Did I miss anybody?
I don't know. TK's getting
Big Joe Black.
He's getting him some of JTH in the corner there, clearly riding high, as we said, fresh off of that victory. Lafferty definitely with payback on his mind, and he's going to get it from anybody and everybody. He's just...
Well, there's two things I think we can say. The one thing that Mathew and JTH have in common, neither one of them's winning this battle royal. Everybody's after JTH, and Mathew's too small.
Well, and Jordan Carlyle might be able to save a bit of face with a victory here after taking the ignominious defeat at the hands of TK in his debut match. Cody King just leveled with a chop, and we're seeing the former tag team champions Bjorn and Lafferty start to work together. But
what would happen, speaking of tag team champions, if it came down to Jimmy and Jordan Carlyle, Jimmy Fahrenheit and Jordan Carlyle? Who would they go at it? Would one of them step over the top rope? How would is it every man for himself?
I don't know. Maybe you get Air 4 into there to flip a coin, but
let's get Air 4 in there and flip him.
We'll talk about getting flipped.
And now, what if it came down to Jordan Carlyle, Jimmy Fahrenheit, and one of their stablemates, Cody King?
The intrigue, the possibilities are endless in scenarios like this. Oh!
And Bryan Blade is not in this battle royal. I didn't hear the announcement, and I have not seen him walk to the ring. He is out of here. He is gone, and with good reason, because Lafferty's been looking for him.
No, the safest place for Bryan Blade to be is anywhere that Lafferty isn't, because he is on a rampage. He is just taking care of everybody that gets in his path.
Cody King trying to get Tony James over the top rope. Tony put a quick end to that.
This has been all action. It's always very interesting to try to keep track of everything that's going on in one of these matches, because you just keep seeing more and more brutal assaults being dished out left and right as the match goes on.
You get 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, 4-on-1s. You get a guy in the corner and everyone piles in and tries to Bjorn's trying to get JTH over, and now Tony James is coming over to help him out. Josh the Rocket Benson, he's on the mat. That might be the safest spot for him. Mathew's on the mat, but that's not so safe because Lafferty's kicking the crap out of him.
Bjorn is using his considerable strength, but still having a bit of problem getting the leverage on JTH. Can't tell who's in there. I believe it's Rocket Benson trying to assist a little bit, but not up to the task.
Rocket trying to work over JTH in the corner.
We've got a 3-on-1 over here with the tag team champions and Cody King just absolutely stomping the proverbial mud hole into TK.
Nobody eliminated from this battle royal as of yet. Lafferty, I think he went through the ropes. He's on the floor. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Oh, well,
there went Josh the Rocket Benson. Oh, no. Lafferty's chasing Air 4. I hope he catches it.
A crash landing there for the Rocket, but yes, the chase is on the outside. Lafferty will chase him till they turn into butter running around that ring, but he's back inside to...
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Cody King didn't like that knee that he got to the breadbasket. Now Tony James, who has been very judicious about his involvement in this.
Has Mathew been on his feet yet?
Not for some time. I'd say the duck and cover technique might be the key to his survival.
I don't know if it's working out for him. JT working over Cody King.
Joe Black acquitting himself quite well here. Had a bit of a fitful start to his comeback in the PWA, but he certainly seems to be building some momentum. But Tony James sneaking up behind Jimmy Fahrenheit, going to try to perhaps get a little bit of head start here on their championship match coming up, and it certainly would make a huge difference if any of the 4 men in that match, especially the 3 that are in this match, would suffer an injury, or with Rowdy Randy Forrest facing Kevin Cruit for the championship, and the stakes of that match, the risk of injury being very high as well.
Well, Rowdy Randy Forrest, he's taking on Kevin Cruit on next week's episode for the PWA Championship. I'd say a wise decision to not enter into this battle royal. And Tony James, he's got to be careful. December 4th, they got that 2 out of 3 falls match against the tag team champions.
Oh, big open hand slap to Bjorn, and then the overhand chop.
They're killing each other. It's just, oh, there goes TK. TK is 1-1 in his battles here in the PWA. The tag team champions got him over the top rope.
Well, I imagine, oh, there goes Joe Black.
Joe Black is gone.
We're starting to,
once you break the seal, it just starts to unravel. It's like a loose string on a shirt.
well, we were getting into the later stages of this match with so many men in there. It seemed inevitable that they would start dropping like flies sooner rather than later, but Mathew, with a little bit of gumption and quite a bit of bravery.
Well, and some help from Jimmy Fahrenheit.
But trying to get his licks in on Bjorn, but you see how well that worked out for him.
Cody King over the top rope by JTH.
Mathew still prone in the middle of the ring at the mercy of Bjorn. The tag team champions working together. We're down to 6 men, 5.5. Oh, excuse me, here comes Lafferty, so make that, we're still at 6 men because Mathew's still there. Yeah. I'm checking the math. But,
oh, JT behind Bjorn with a low blow. It's a battle royal. There's no disqualifications.
And you certainly see some interesting partnerships and efforts at cooperation here as we see JT.
It's going to take more than JT to get Bjorn up and over.
And the King of Swole can brag about his prowess in the gym, but oh my, they did.
They got him. I'm surprised it only took 2. Where's Mathew? Who got rid of Mathew?
Well,
Is he gone?
Bjorn definitely had to be a heavy favorite with
Matthew's
the men
gone.
left.
We didn't even notice it. Good Lord. Jordan's over the top rope like yesterday's garbage. Tony
At
got rid of him.
Jimmy Fahrenheit
No,
rushing.
Matthew's still in there. He was hiding in the corner.
Well, perhaps not for long.
He's
taking the ride up and over to the concrete floor.
We're down to the final 4. And this is it. One of these 4 men are going to get a shot. Well, one of these 3 men or JT. You know,
I have to ask if this loophole that he's attempting to exploit will be able to stand should the unlikely occurrence of him being the last man standing in the ring, as he is trapped in the ropes right now.
He's stuck in the ropes. JT is hooked up in the ropes. Lafferty's trying to get him up and over.
On the other side of the ring,
we've got Tony and Jimmy.
Oh, Tony knocked off the apron, eliminated from the battle royal, but as Jimmy celebrates, and now we're down to 2.
Lafferty.
Look at this.
JT's up and over. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is the Irish Hitman, Lafferty.
Lafferty survives the battle royal.
Wait, what's JT doing?
Oh, looks like we've got some commotion on the outside, taking the attention away.
JT. Oh no, the referees. They were, oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the United States Champion, JTH.
The referees were tied up with Tony and Jimmy on the outside, and they did not see Lafferty eliminating JTH. Don't tell me. Aaron Hurt going to get words with JT.
JT, I have to join all of these fans, everybody out here, to say that I cannot believe what I just.
Thank you for the congratulations.
That's not congratulations, I assure you of that.
You are looking at the new #1 contender. I am the #1 contender for my own title. I won fair and square. Surviving in a horrible battle with all these gladiators, and I emerged victorious.
Not without controversy, I will assure you of that.
I think we've heard about enough from you for tonight, JT.
You never, ever hear enough from me, buddy.
I side with Aaron on this.
Well, for the time being, fans, your winner of the Battle Royal, JTH.
Raise my arm.
Fans, this makes me sick. I hate to leave Rush this way, but fans, we're out of time. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned. Aaron, the show's over. How can these people see more?
Well, it's as simple as subscribing to PWA Ohio here on YouTube and clicking the notification bell to receive an alert every time we have great new wrestling action on the site.
Or you can check out one of these videos.